Hi, I'm Sandy Ingram, and welcome to the Education Matrix channel, because education changes everything. Today, we're going to talk about how the IRS is laying the legal foundation to put virtual currency investors in prison. Well, maybe not directly to prison, but that would be the end result. Why? Because the IRS reports that only 800 to 900 individuals reported Bitcoin transactions each year between 2013 and 2015, despite hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin users. Want to know what the IRS has done and what they are doing to catch virtual currency cheaters? In 15 seconds, I'll explain. Virtual currency transactions are taxable by law, just like any other financial transaction. Virtual currency is treated as property when it comes to the IRS. Cryptocurrency is a type of virtual currency. All virtual currency must be calculated into US dollars and reported on your regular tax returns. When you sell virtual currency, you must recognize any capital gain or losses on the sale. If you held the virtual currency for 1 year or less before selling or exchanging the currency, then you would have a short-term capital gains or loss. The same goes that if you held the currency for more than 1 year, it would be considered a long-term gain or loss. So I'm sure you're wondering how the IRS plans to implement the taxation of virtual currency. This was my question too, and here's what I learned. The general train of thought is that virtual currencies are mostly held offshore and are viewed as offshore accounts, which are not being reported. New tax laws resolve almost all of the IRS's concerns, and virtual currency reported income is no different. The new Schedule 1 of Form 1040 now asks taxpayers point blank and directly, at any time during 2019, did you receive, sell, send, exchange, or otherwise require any financial interest in virtual currency? If you lie, and if you sign the tax return, and if the IRS later matches you with a virtual currency transaction, you could go to prison, depending on the circumstances, because you would have or will have filed a fraudulent return. Now, let me give you the history and the background of how the IRS is catching virtual currency cheaters. For instance, on November 30th, 2017, a federal district court issued an order granting and denying some parts of the IRS requests for Coinbase to produce certain documents pertaining to transactions equal to $20,000 or more between the years of 2013 and 2015. This is just a small example of how the IRS will eventually get to all documents and records pertaining to virtual currency. You see, in order for you to receive your gains from your virtual currency exchanges, there has to be a transaction. ALL, all transactions leave a money trail. The IRS is simply following the money. Another way the IRS catches cheaters is to revert to their old techniques of finding taxpayers who consistently spend more money than their tax return shows. This is how tax cheaters have been caught for years. My advice to you is to own up to your virtual currency gains. The IRS is in fact preparing and implementing prison times for people who don't. I'm sure they'll be lenient. I'm sure they'll make an effort to work with you. But why put yourself in harm's way? I'm telling you, the choo-choo train is coming down the track. So be smart and tell the truth on your tax return. I will leave a link to the IRS's questions and answer page on virtual currency at the bottom in the description. If this video has been helpful to you in any way, please subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when new videos come out. I'll see you soon.